when almost a lone voice, and it was yours, saying, OK, it's happened, now let's get on to the important things like health and education.
It's absolutely true. I mean, I don't have a problem saying it. I think at one point maybe we should become a republic, but right now, you know, I mean, we have to sort of take care of things like mental health, men's health, because I believe men don't like to be sick and men don't like to sort of look like they need the dollar. Women, we sort of make lots of noise so we get lots of money.
Yeah.
And we have to take care of babies. We have to take care of all the things that are very important to our country so that we can grow. And then when all those things are in their respective boxes, then we can sort of think about it.
We're switching things around this morning. Stay tuned. John Howard is going to sing Wind Beneath My Wings, which will be just great. Yeah, I'd like to see that too. Apart from Marcia this morning, Richard Zachariah, he's got his book out. We talk people who should know all the musical greats of Australia, singers and instrumentalists, musicians and so forth. The reputation this young bloke has with them is quite amazing, even with those people who don't know him, who just see him playing on this gig and others.
So how much are you going to give me if I say something nice?
It's wonderful, Marcia said, well, I never thought along those lines.
No, he's a fine musician, and you can't pay musicians to fib about one another. You either is or you ain't, and he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also a fine musician, too. The reason for doing that, by the way, it's contract time, so when Lou and Moore Monday have to start say some nice things. How are things going with you, John?
I wanted to ask you the same thing. How it was last night? Was it fantastic?
It was, look, it was just terrific. As a matter of fact, it was so exciting and it was so sort of nerve-bending, I can hardly recall it.
Yes, fair enough.
Something
That's
happens
right.
and it's so great and it's been and gone before you know. As a matter of fact, I just hope it all happens again tonight.
Yes.
You know, But I think we're in for a great season.
Well, look, it's a great cast, and of course, with every cast, you need to also have a...
Hello, am I leading you into your gag?
Yes, that's right.
I thought you were being sincere.
Oh, no, and it's also...
We get so little of it on the show.
Yes.
Hello, he's being sincere.
There's also some shameless promotion for The Sound of Music, of course, which I'm very happy to do. But, of course, everybody's raving about the show and how fantastic it is, how great the cast is and so on. But, of course, every cast also needs some terrific understudies, and we asked the understudy for the Mother Superior role how she feels about going on one day.
Yes, he would be beautiful. And I've got to say, Eileen Hannon, who plays the Mother Abbess, the most beautiful voice and the most beautiful lady.
I hear you're very good in it too.
Well, it's a good fun role. I've got to say that. But the production itself, you just sort of, you know, you drink in all the wonderful feelings and energies around you, and all that theatrical bullshit. Thank you, John, and please welcome officially Marcia Hines. You look beautiful, but you've always looked beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You were at, actually, the Fox opening.
Yes, I was.
And you performed there.
I did, and you know, you talk about the nerves thing. You know, you do all the rehearsal, you do everything you've got to do, and then all of a sudden, you're catapulted and you're there. Yeah? I've not seen
Was it great
this.
for you?
I've not seen... Oh, look at the outfit. You go, girl.
Look at that. And look at those dances, too. They're absolutely wonderful. Was it a great night when you finished your gig? Were you able to enjoy yourself?
I was. I mean, what was great was walking into the party and seeing all the amazing people in the audience. You know, I was dancing at one point, and I was dancing with Kerry Ann Kennedy, her husband, John, and the New South Wales Police Commissioner. It was great.
Yeah, all together?
Yeah, all together. My boyfriend, yeah.
Did you see Nicole and Tom
I did.
speak to?
She's a beautiful woman.
Isn't she wonderful?
She's really statuesque and beautiful, and Tom's very difficult to look at.
Did you get a chance to say hello to Shirley Jones? I'm so disappointed that I won't
she was really delightful, because we were all in offices. That was our dressing room backstage on the Fox lot, and she was so personable, and Hugh Jackman. The whole cast, Tina Arena, yes, he was great. Tina Arena and Kylie Minogue. It was just wonderful.
Isn't it interesting, you know, you mentioned Hugh. It's wonderful at a very early time in someone's career, you're able to look at him or her and say, he or she has got star written all over them. And that's
the attitude, though. That's what I really have started to learn the older I get in this business. It's people's attitudes that make them a star as well, I think.
Do you know, an indication of what sort of bloke Hugh is, apart from his great talent, when he was doing Beauty and the Beast, he left after a year, and his understudy, his cover, got the role, and deservedly so too. So he left on the Sunday afternoon or whatever it was, and there was no performance until the Tuesday, and I thought, I'm going mad. I can hear Hugh's voice. He'd come in to wish the new cast member in the big role. You know, big chalkers and
it's
good
funny
luck.
you say that, because my boyfriend, who's a doctor, we were backstage and he remembered his name. You know, he remembered my boyfriend's name, and he was so impressed with that. And I heard like about maybe several people say, he remembered my name. And that's such a nice thing. When
and your boyfriend's name again is
Chris Morris.
That's right, Chris. Yeah, and he remembered it. How are things going in that?
Great.
Everything under control? Anything we need to know?
Yeah, everything's fantastic.
No news or anything like that?
No news. If I hear anything, I'll give you a call, though.
Please, I'm not too sure where you'll find me, but please try and
I'll try and find you.
Marcia, let's talk about the CD, because this is a beauty. Collection, speaking of talent, of great Australian artists doing their bit for the Salvation Army. Give us the history of it.
Well, you know, look, let me just say this. In this business, as you know, people are so kind to musicians and to entertainers, and people are always giving us stuff. And this is us giving something back. It's John Farnham, Kate Sobrano and her brother wrote something. I sang the Lord's Prayer because I really believe in hymns. Me think Jane Rudder does a beautiful rendition. I think it's Silent Night. Tom Burlinson does Have Yourself a Very Merry Christmas.
Isn't he wonderful?
He's kind of good, isn't he? And Archie Roach. You know, so we've all just given our talents. And I think, I've done one before, but I think this is probably the finest one that we've done.
And I was right in saying that proceeds go to the Salvation Army.
Every penny. Because, you know, Bert, as I was saying earlier in the piece, I believe that 11.5% of our population are under the poverty line.
Need help.
Yeah. And that's what we should do. We should give, you know. I mean, I think you should give when you can give. Not give for the sake of giving.
Yeah. Salvation Army, of course, you just say the very name.
And everybody loves them.
Exactly.
God for the salvo.
They've got such a reputation around
They have,
the
and
world.
even when I was a kid, you know, in America, they're just so revered and so loved in America as well, you know, and they actually help. And, you know, Jane Rudder said something really amazing. She said that there's so many charities going on, but when you think of the salvos, you don't think of anything gorgeous. You don't think of anything, you know, with lots of fluff. Yeah. You just think of these people who are really hard workers who get in the gutter and work with people.
Well, the biggest will tell you, including my late dad, that on the front line during the Second World War, and the same story, I'm sure, for the First World War, that you'd be there right slap bang up against the enemy, and you'd see this little hat bobbing up and down, and it was the salvo with a flask of tea or coffee or something, and there to help and to counsel long before that word became an important word.
You know, counsel word. But I really believe that's what it's about too, Bert. And whoever's taught the guys that are working now were amazing teachers, because they've taken it into the 90s into a place that's sort of very self-orientated, you know, and they're selfless, you know.
Marcia, just observing you, and you know that I'm a huge fan of yours, always have been. Do you know, I can't recall any period in your life where you appear to be happier than you are now.
No, I'm 46 now, and I kind of think that, you know, if you're not happy with what you are and who you are about now, you should check out, you know, because this is not a rehearsal. This is me. This is my life, and I'm really happy with my career. I couldn't have dreamt for my career to take off like this.
You still hold back, though, a lot. I mean, you won't accept just anything, and you've never been that way, have you?
No, and that's my management, Peter Ricks, as well. You know, we really do talk about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And the people around me, you know, you earn your friends in the end, and I've earned some very amazing friends in the industry, and they really take care of me and they nurture me, and hopefully I give something back as well as a friend, yeah.
You give more than you need to. You give back, not only in terms of talent, but also, of course, with doing stuff like this. And this is available right now. If you want to help the Salvation Army and hear some great Australian artists, that's the CD to look for.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Merry Christmas. Am I the first one to say it to you yet?
You are the very first.
There you go, Merry Christmas.
We've got something in common too, of course, because we share the same birthday, don't we?
We do.
What did you say you are, 46? 46, there you go, 4 years older than you.
Yeah.
Please thank Marcia Hines, and wonderful to see you, Marcia. Bless you.
Yeah.
And right after the break, the man himself, Richard Zachariah, is with us.